In Matthew chapter 26, Jesus knows that he has this massive decision. It's a big critical decision that he has to make, and he's lived his whole life filled with love and relationships, and now he has to make this big decision in his life. Does he give up his life to save the world? Does he sacrifice himself? Does he allow himself to be brutally crucified on the cross to save a bunch of sinners like you and me? Or does he not? And don't over spiritualize this question, because he's really facing this horrific death sentence for something that he did not do, and he has a choice to turn himself in or not. What would you do in this case? If you're facing a big decision, a life-altering decision, or even a small decision, how do you go about making that decision? What do you do? Do you go with your gut, or do you just kind of go with whatever feels right, like the right decision? Or do you consult with other people? What is it that you do? And if you do consult with other people, what happens if they give you an answer that's different than how you feel? Do you submit to that? Do you go with it? Or do you just say, I'm gonna roll with what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and I'm gonna go with that? Jesus knows that it's about time that he's gonna be betrayed by one of his disciples. And he knows that they're going to come and arrest him, and they're going to take him away, and that they're going to kill him. He knows these things. And yet, faced with all this, Jesus made this decision a little bit differently than you and I probably would have. So let's look in Matthew chapter 26, verse 36 to 46. Jesus goes out to a mountainside garden at night with his friends. And he goes out there and he leaves them by some tree, and he's like, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna take some time to pray, you guys chill here. And in verse 39, this is what it says. It says, going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and he prayed, my Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will. So you got Jesus, right? He's facing this massive decision in his life. Literally, he's in this garden. He is sweating blood because he's so stressed out about this decision. And he takes time to pray. That's what he does. He goes out to this garden, leaves his disciples by some tree, says, chill here, I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna pray to my Father. I'm gonna ask him about what to do. He prays. Philippians 4, 6 through 7 says, don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And then it goes on to say that God will give you peace. God will give you peace that transcends all understanding. So Jesus, he consults with God. All of his friends, all of his disciples, they're all like, don't do it, don't go through with it. But Jesus says, not my will, your will be done. It's not how I feel. It's not about my gut reaction. It's not about my best logic or my pros and cons list or my will, but your will be done. So Jesus submits his life, his decision to God. And then he gets up, he gets betrayed, he gets arrested, he gets dragged off and crucified, and it's horrible. But because of that, my sin, your sin, has been forgiven and we have been set free. So I want to challenge you today. I want to encourage you with this. Whatever decisions you have to make, or whatever decision you're facing that is stressing you out right now, do it differently. Do it like Jesus did it. Pray. And submit your decision, submit yourself, your life, submit that to God.